Well, hello. Welcome to a quick video on writing a comparative theory paper with, as promised, a very brief mid-semester theory recap. Some of you are probably asking, what is a comparative theory paper? Well, let's not get started by overthinking things right from the start. A comparative theory paper is exactly what it sounds like. You'll be comparing at least two theories. You can choose to compare two theories that are very similar with slightly different flavors, or you can choose to compare two theories that are very different. Why write a comparative theory paper? This is an awesome question to ask. Understanding why is key to successfully completing the paper. This is one of the assignments that gives you the opportunity to really show your stuff. No, not like that. By the time you've reached this semester's finish line, we expect that you can demonstrate a graduate level ability to perform a thoughtful, thorough evaluation of criminology and criminal justice theories' empirical validity, logical consistency, parsimony, scope, testability, and usefulness. And because you can demonstrate a high level of understanding and theory evaluation, it is expected that you can explain differences, competing explanations, and discuss theoretically based debates that occur in our field. Until you are able to demonstrate mastery in theory evaluation, comparing and contrasting theories, you won't be able to meet our final course learning outcome, which is having the breadth and depth of knowledge required to apply criminology and criminal justice theories to current policy models and in explanations of current crime trends and issues. In other words, this is one of the course assignments that is used to measure your level of preparedness for completing a thesis or your comprehensive exams. Now that we've made it to the end of the first half of the semester, you should have a good handle on many of the criminological theories that provide a framework or foundation through which we understand theories that are more closely related to the criminal justice system or criminal legal system. Just to jog our memories a bit, we have covered some early positivist biological theories, sociobiological theories, and psychosocial biological theories. There have been some socialization theories such as differential association, differential organization, labeling, life course developmental, self-control or general theory of crime, reaction theories like Merton's strain and anomie, cultural and subcultural theories, community level theories like routine activities, opportunity theory, and social organization or disorganization. Some of these theories seem to be competing explanations for why crime and victimization occur, but most theories have at least something in common. This brings us to the first way that you can author your comparative paper. First, start with the commonalities. What is the basic premise? Do the theories explain individual level causes of crime or victimization? Are they meso-level, explaining the effects of interaction between individuals and institutions, or maybe community level, place-based, ecological? Are they even larger, macro-level theories explaining societal level reasons for crime? What is the fundamental perspective? Is it a critical theory? Consensus? Now, work on identifying the different mechanisms. These are explanations for why and how that are present within each theory. Often, it is the mechanisms that are different between the theories. You can choose to compare and contrast the mechanisms as you go, or you can explain theory A, then explain theory B, then compare and contrast. For example, maybe family is a most important characteristic in the theory, or it's the amount, duration, and intensity of messages favorable or unfavorable to crime that a person receives. Or maybe it has something to do with a person's social ties or human capital, opportunities or blocked opportunities. Maybe it has to do with a person's genetics, or perhaps it's an interaction between their DNA and environment. We've read theories that discuss culture, subculture, and the effects of labeling, even the U.S. racial regime's effects on crime. You'll want to identify, define, discuss measurement, and provide examples of each mechanism. Make sure you are citing respected academic scholars and research. More than one scholar may have used the same mechanism in their theory in the same or a similar way. Cite them both. Make sure you cite the most respected author. Hint, visit your syllabus. There's another way you might choose to write this paper. Using a keyhole method is a common strategy for comparative papers. The keyhole method basically means that you are examining one theory through the lens of another, like looking through a keyhole. I'd probably start by discussing the importance of understanding the premise, logic, scope, parsimony, and testability of Theory A. Then I'd explain the key mechanisms and concepts of Theory A. Next, I'd hone in on how we can better understand Theory B through the lens of Theory A. This is where you would go in depth in your comparing and contrasting Theory A to Theory B. For example, maybe you think that you're able to see some real benefit to understanding how the theory of differential association explains the causes of crime by examining differential association through a life course, developmental theory lens. This would be a neat keyhole comparative paper to write and a fun one to read. Finally, some very important reminders. First, make an argument in your thesis statement that tells the reader where your paper is headed. This paper should not be written in first person. Professional, academic writing is almost always in third person, so demonstrate your professionalism by writing as an expert on the topic. Write complete paragraphs. Paragraphs always have a topic sentence. Then they move to provide a key point related to the argument made in your thesis statement. Identify concepts or mechanisms. Use evidence as you do this. Explain the concept or mechanism within the context of your argument. Again, use evidence. Not anecdotal stories about your own experiences or your brother or friend from school. Finally, a transition or concluding sentence. A paragraph is generally 3 to 7 sentences in length. Use subheadings to keep yourself organized and ensure your argument is logically presented. Do not just use a ton of quotes. Anyone can do this, and if your reader wanted to read the words of someone else, they'd pull that other paper or book. Use quotes sparingly and always use proper in-text citations, whether you're directly quoting or paraphrasing. Demonstrate your level of understanding and ability by clearly synthesizing and engaging with the theories. Going point by point through a theory like a book report will not do the trick. If that's what the reader wants, they'll read the theory and related materials themselves. Show your understanding and your unique take. Finally, proofread and edit. For the love of all things good, please do not submit work with misused words. Spell check isn't always helpful in this instance. Misspelled words, well, spell check may be helpful there. Improperly formatted paragraphs, poor spelling, or poor grammar. Students who do not demonstrate a basic level of writing ability certainly aren't ready for their comprehensive exams or thesis. You've got this. You've done the reading. You've done a lot of critical thinking and application. You've even helped your peers learn more about these theories. Have some fun. Show your stuff. Thanks for watching.